Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have a really exciting video that I'm going to be trying out as a series. I'm going to be generating a random palette from my Natasha Denona Midi shades. This is inspired by a series that Hot Vegan Hannah does, who you should definitely subscribe to her, by the way. She does a series where she randomly generates palettes with her indie singles, and then she'll use the palette throughout the month. So I wanted to borrow that idea from her and make a palette with my Natasha Denona Midi shades. Try to challenge myself to use it for, I'm not sure if I want to commit to a certain amount of time. Maybe I'll just go until I do a certain amount of looks with it. I tend to neglect this whole section and this whole section of warm tone neutrals, so I'd love to get more use out of those and not just use the same two sections where you can see there's a lot of dips. So what I'm gonna do is I have all of these in a spreadsheet. I have them in color order, and this is exactly the same order I have in my Instagram posts where I have them all labeled. So I have them all in order from 1 to 165. I'm gonna take a random number generator and generate the number and find it on the spreadsheet, which is in front of me. Gonna pull the shade and put it in a palette until I have 15. Then I will kind of arrange them in a way to where it's visually appealing in a way that I'll want to use, and I'll show you the palette and the process of me doing it. And then I guess in the next installment of this, I'll come back and show you the looks I did with it and let you know how it worked out. Let's go ahead and start. So I already have the spreadsheet in front of me, and I have this random number generator on my phone. So it's going from 1 to 165, so 55. And that corresponds to Scents from the Natasha Denona Zendo palette. Let's see how well I know my collection. I'm going to see if I can find it without having to reference my posts where I have them all labeled. I want to say it's in this column. I know it's not this one, but maybe it's... Oops. We have a little bit of a casualty. I feel like it's this one. It is. Wow, look at me. Okay. So I'm going to stick it in a palette off to the side, and let's do shade 2, 105. So that's going to be a matte. Let's see what we got. Okay, so this corresponds to Intense from the Love palette. So I know that is going to be, I feel like it's this one. Let's see. Would you look at that? Okay, this is interesting so far. It's giving me 2004 middle school vibes. Did anyone else, if you're an old like me, did you have pink and brown as your colors for everything? Okay, let's do the next one. 9. Okay, so that's gonna be another shimmer. Okay, that's Jazzy from the Retro Glam. I want to say it's this one right here. Okay, next, 84. That corresponds to Jubilee from, what's it called? Metropolis palette. I know it's a green. It's one of the green or blue shades. I don't remember if it's a matte or shimmer. Take a wild guess. I wonder, could it be this one? Oh my god. Look at me knowing everything. Okay, I'm not loving this color story so far. Here's an update on what we're looking like. It's pretty ugly. Let's see if we can get some things to pull this together. Okay, next. 103. Okay, this is Valentine from the... Wow, this is interesting. Okay, Valentine from the Love palette. Okay, this is, again, a pink one. I want to say maybe it's this. No, it's not. It's this top pink one. I love this shade. Okay, very interesting. 69. That's going to correspond to Palladian from the Retro Glam palette, and that is this honestly pretty ugly mint green shimmer. I'll swatch all of these once I have them all 15 picked out. Oh boy. 99 corresponds to Go Go from the Retro palette, and that is, okay, I want to say it's this one right here. Is this stressing anyone out the way I'm taking these out? So that's a pinky neutral adjacent tone. Alright, not loving this. Next up, 128 Clove from the Sunrise palette. And I'm 99% sure it's this one right here. Okay, so here's an update on where we're at. Got a lot of pinks, reddish tones, and then some cool tones. Yikes. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 78. Adriatic. Okay, this is Adriatic from the Pastel palette, which is this one. So I like didn't really use this for quite a while because I thought it was going to be like a thick, opaque, typical shimmer, but it's actually so beautiful, and I really like to use it as like a building block for a look. Like it's almost like a satin and it's semi-sheer, so it just works so well for like diffusing out a more colorful look. A lot of times with these Natasha Denona shimmers, because they're not like super textured, I do use them as like basically interchangeably with mattes. Like some of these more textured ones I won't, but like a lot of these that are pretty like satin-like, I just use them as like shiny mattes basically. Okay, 22, 320M from the Glam palette. So okay, so these are like technically called like inner corner or outer lid. Like I hate the way she named the shade, so I just go by like the actual technical names. Okay, oh, I feel like it's uh-oh. It's fine. It's fine. That's not it. Nope. You can see how I like literally don't know these well at all compared to the other shades. I wonder if it's maybe in the third column. Nope. 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 We got it. Only took 7 tries. Okay, 320M. This is like a generic beige shimmer. 84. I feel like I already did that, but let's see. I did already do that. 42. Okay. 42 is Tranquil from the Zendo palette. I feel like it's this one. Okay, and this is another one I would use in place of a matte because it's got kind of a similar quality to Adriatic in that it's like kind of like a satiny, semi-transparent sheen. So I actually am not mad about this one. So we need 4 more. 118. We got another matte. Let's see what we got. Oh god. Okay, so we have Vigor from the Zendo palette. I know it's one of these 2 reds. I think this one's from the Love palette, so it's got to be this one. Yep. It's just great. A primary red. All right, so we need 3 more. Let's see if we can really pull this together in the final inning. What's that? Baseball? 93. Okay, My Dream Black is Black. All right, I mean, it's about as inoffensive as you can get. Here's an update on where we're at. Okay, 2 more. Home stretch. Let's see. 21. Okay, Thrill from the My Dream palette. This is one of the like creamier shimmers. I feel like it's this one maybe. That's Babies. So maybe it's this one. Yep. So it's actually really pretty, kind of duochromatic. Pinky, neutral, adjacent shimmer. Okay, 1 more. 31. Vision. That's the multichrome from the My Dream palette. I don't have my multichrome lighting set up. Let's see. I don't think you're going to be able to really see the shifts too well. Usually I have one of my ring lights to the side when I'm filming like swatches of multichromes. You can kind of see it's like just a generic like magenta purple to gold to green. It's actually a pretty nice formula. Like I was impressed by how this swatches and performs on the eyes. All right. So let me clear this away, and then what we'll do is try to arrange them in a way where they're less ugly. So here is this atrocity. I hate it so much, but I think depending on how it's arranged, it really could be a little bit less heinous. Honestly, like the way you put shades together honestly makes such a big difference. So I think what I'll do is start by like kind of grouping them by color. So we have the like cool tone neutrals, and I'm gonna put, okay, so we got these guys, these are like the teals. Okay, you know what? All right. Okay, then we have the reds and pinks. And this is like somewhere in between. Okay. I mean, I still hate it, but it's not as bad as it was a minute ago. Okay, let's see. I think the way that this will be the most enticing to me is if I put it in like a gradient of sorts. So I think I'll do, okay, let's do the black in the bottom. And then I think maybe we'll do columns. Okay, so we'll do this right here. And then the next, I don't know, okay, then we'll do like a teal column. Okay. Then maybe, I don't know if I love this. Okay, so maybe I'll put this over here. No. No. Let's scrap this. Okay. Let's do the lightest shades on top. What if we did, wait, what if we did this? What if we did, okay. Just trust the process. Oh my gosh. Okay. This may not be like the most visually satisfying way to arrange these, but I'm just trying to think, like, right now I'm like, I don't know what kind of looks I would even do with this, so I'm hoping that with rearranging them, what do we think? I feel like it looks off. No. Okay, so as I'm looking at this and questioning my life decisions, I'm thinking it actually kind of reminds me of the Melt Muerte palette with the like blue and red, or teal and red. So what if we did like, okay, I'm not hitting it. I think maybe that's okay. What if we did? Let me actually look up a picture of that palette. Maybe I can take a little bit of inspo. So it's like teal, then it's got like blue and neutrals, and then at the other end it has reds. So what if I created like, Gina does something where she has like the most saturated things in the middle. What if we did that? We did like, I don't like this in the middle. What was this here? No, hate it. I don't like what we had before. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? I'm not mad at this. Hideous! I've seen worse things in my life. Alright, I'm gonna commit to this because then I'm just gonna try to rearrange it and then hate it even more. This is the first arrangement I've seen that doesn't make me feel sad when I look at it. So we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna get a midi palette to like pop it in. Okay, we're just gonna pop them in this Glam palette shell. And I'm just gonna do it really quick before I change my mind about the arrangement. Yes, cool. You know what? In a sick and twisted way, this does kind of work. Let's swatch it out. Okay, so this is Palladian. Should I go by, let me go by column. Adriatic. This one's Jubilee. So we got our teals. This is 320M. Vision. Blackest Black, which is certainly not the most blackest black, but I digress. Gonna go in with 2 layers for that one. Okay, I mean, don't hate it. This is Thrill, Valentine, Jazzy, Tranquil, Intense, Sense, Go-Go, what's this one called? Vigor. Does not swatch well. And Clove. Alright, so here's what it looks like. I mean, it's a palette. I mean, I can work with this part. Like, this part I really like. Like, this is a me palette. But, oof. Here's my first randomly generated Natasha Denona Midi palette. Let me know what you think. Do you like it? Would you use it? What kind of looks would you create with it? Seriously, what kind of looks would you create with it? I'm going to check back in with you in the next one, and I'll show you some looks that I made with it, let you know which shades I use the most and which shades were harder to use, and then we'll create another palette. Hope you enjoyed this video. I had a time making it. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.